Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you to those who have subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, do the right thing and subscribe. Please make sure you like, comment, and please share this video with those who may need it. Please guys, I would really appreciate you guys if you could like my videos, watch them to the end to help me grow my channel. That will help my videos to be boosted by the YouTube algorithm. So please support me and share my videos, like them. When you watch the video, the first thing you should do is like the video, and then you can share it, and then you can comment, so yeah. So today I just wanted to talk about the reality of living in Taiwan as a foreigner. So before I talk about that, I just want to put out a disclaimer and say that this is my observation, my opinion. Some of them is my reality personally, okay? So if this is not something that you share the same sentiments with, then it's okay, it's fine. We all can have different opinions, but I'm going to share based off of my experience, based off of my observation, having lived here so far for 1 year. Okay, so please don't attack me, don't make me seem like I'm a bad person just because I'm talking about these things. This is the reality, okay? Not everything is roses and beautiful and amazing. Living abroad is really hard, it's difficult, it's not easy. Maybe other people find it easy, but for the majority it's not an easy journey. Okay, so yeah, without wasting any time, let's get straight into the video. Okay, so I just want to say that the bottom line of this video is that when you are living in Taiwan, okay, you need to realize, or anyway, not just in Taiwan, anywhere that is not in your country, you need to realize that you will always be a foreigner, okay? No matter what, okay, you will always be a foreigner, and that's going to affect you, especially if you are living in Asian countries. Definitely, this is something you have to always have at the back of your mind. That's the bottom line, okay? Some things you will not have access to because you are a foreigner, okay? Has nothing to do with discrimination or anything like that. It's just that you are not a local person, okay? You are not a citizen of that specific country. You're not a citizen of Taiwan. So some of the things that a citizen would have access to, you would not have access to those things, okay? So that's the bottom line, okay? So the first thing that I want you guys to know before you come to Taiwan is the schooling system, okay? Because you guys know that I'm here with my family. If you're going to bring your children, I really would urge you to make sure that you know what you're doing. You have done your research, you have prepared thoroughly, and know what's going to happen once you are here, okay? So the schooling system in Taiwan, especially for younger kids, okay, so kindergarten and nursery, it's very difficult to get space for those things, okay? You have to be on a waiting list, okay? You would be really lucky to be able to have a place that would allow your kid to be there, especially because you're a foreigner, okay? I have been trying to find a nursery for my child, my child who I'm caring currently. As you guys know, I'm pregnant. I'm trying to find a nursery for my child, and it has been so difficult, okay? They have blatantly said that they prioritize this, Taiwanese kids, and I have to apply through a specific system that you apply. And if I don't get space, I would be put on a waiting list. But I also need to bear in mind that they prioritize Taiwanese kids. So if a Taiwanese kid comes and they require space for that specific school, they will put me at the back because I'm a foreigner. This is the reality. So you have to really, have a plan for what are you going to do. Should you bring your kid, your kid who's 2 years or who's 3 years or whatever the case may be, And also you need to take into consideration where you're going to live, okay? The advantages of living in a city that you have many of the kindergartens, many nurseries and whatever, but a disadvantage is that there are also many people. So it will be very hard to find space. You'll be on a waiting list for the longest time. You just have to pray and hope that you get space, okay? That's the reality. And if you are in the villages, you won't find as many nurseries, as many kindergartens, but you may be able to find space because not many parents want to send their kids to the villages. They want them to get like a better education or things like that, okay? So for my daughter, right now she goes to a kindergarten, and I'm thinking I might have to keep her there because we were so lucky that there was only one space left when she got into that specific kindergarten. So I might have to keep her there, even though, maybe in the future I'm not planning on, staying in the same school or whatever the case may be. Okay, so it's quite difficult. Okay, and nursery is challenging. I don't know really right now what I'm going to do, because the reality is that I have to go back to work once I give birth. I have to go back to work. So I need to know what am I going to do with my child. So these are some of the things you need to take into consideration if you're going to bring your children here, okay? That's the reality, okay? I just want to give you guys another example for if your kids are older. For example, I talked to another parent. He's from the Philippines, and he talked about how his two older kids, right? They were in grade 4 when they left the Philippines. They were in grade 5, when they left the Philippines. And they had to come to Taiwan, move to Taiwan. When they moved to Taiwan, because they had never learned anything in Chinese, they were taking a class back. So they had to start from grade 4. So this is another thing that might affect if you're planning on bringing your kids. This is something you need to take into consideration, okay? Unless you want to take your kids to private school. If you take your kids to private school, of course, they're making money, they want money. You won't have the same issues, okay? But you must be ready and willing to pay, okay? It's not cheap. Private schools are not cheap in Taiwan. Number 2 is you have to renew your ARC every single year, and you pay 1,000 NT. Every single year you're renewing your ARC. If you have an APRC, it's not every single year, okay? But the reality is that you will always have to renew your ARC because you are a foreigner. Your APRC is like a permanent residency. Even to have that, to maintain having that, you have to stay in Taiwan for 183 days to make sure you stay in Taiwan. To make sure you keep having the APRC. If you don't stay 183 days, your APRC will be revoked. So being a foreigner really affects how some of the things happen in your life, how some of the benefits, you won't have that, okay? So that's the next thing, okay? And another thing is that international news, okay? As a foreigner, your country might have a good relationship with Taiwan, okay? But you never know what happens. Things change in the world. We see like there are wars happening, things are happening, crazy things are happening in the world. So anything that is happening like internationally, if you are someone who doesn't care about news, once you live here, you need to care about news, because anything that happens, negative, positive, it could affect your stay in Taiwan, okay? Affect your stay. For example, like there are some things that South Africa and Taiwan had agreed on in the past. They had a relationship about those things in the past, but because of something happened internationally with international news, which I don't want to get into that, okay? It affected South Africa's view altogether, how, everything happened in the world, how maybe people in general viewed South Africa, and it changed. And those kind of relationships that we had as South Africa with Taiwan, they were revoked. Okay, we no longer have those kind of benefits. So sometimes when you come to Taiwan, or you see there's an opportunity for you as a foreigner, your country has a good relationship, take advantage of the things that you still have, that the relationship is still going good before it turns into a situationship. Okay. So make sure that, you know, if you see an advantage, oh, as a South African, I can do 1 2 3 in Taiwan, or you know, this is the advantages that I have. Take advantage of those things now before they disappear, because anything can happen in the world, and news always affect how your country back home is going to be viewed. Okay. And lastly, what I want to talk about is language barrier. Yo, guys, this is a really big one. I'm really trying to learn Chinese because it makes your life very difficult. This is the reality of being a foreigner. You don't know the language. Everything is in Chinese, okay? Like my daughter, she goes to kindergarten, and I cannot even communicate with her teachers. I need a middleman. There's so many things that I need a middleman for. I cannot do myself. I cannot talk directly with, you know, certain people or certain places that I need to go to. I cannot have that direct contact because I don't speak Chinese. So it's very important to understand that this is gonna be your reality. There are certain things that as a parent, it hurts me sometimes, because I'm like, I can't really ask my daughter's teacher like what's happening. I have to use translation. It's not human contact. It's not like you're not able to see like how a person is reacting, what is happening. You don't have really like that direct contact with the teacher. You just always have to go through a middleman, which is not nice. So my goal right now is to learn the language, make sure, okay, I learn the language, because everything includes, you know, Chinese. You would have to know Chinese and understand Chinese and be able to communicate in Chinese. It affects all the other things, like pretty much the majority of things, because that's the main language here. So if you can, try to learn a little bit of Chinese so you can survive, so that it makes your journey as a foreigner a little bit less harder, a little bit less difficult. And for the parents out there, if you're planning on bringing your kids, really make sure you have a plan. I know some people always say, oh, you know, they say you bring your family, that's so inspiring, I want to bring my kids, but it's not easy. So make sure you got it figured out, you have a plan, you know what's going to happen, and things like talk to your agency. If you're coming through an agency, like make sure you just have your things in order. Okay, so those are my thoughts, guys. And if you have similar thoughts or you have different thoughts, leave them in the comment section below. If you're already in Taiwan, if you have questions and you're not here, leave them also in the comment section below. We can talk about it, discuss it, share our views. And yeah, this is the reality. As a foreigner, there's so many things that you will not have access to. And yeah, I hope you guys like this video, enjoyed this video, and if you did, please don't forget to like and comment and subscribe. Let's grow this channel to 2,000 subscribers, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.